This is how I officially welcome you to the month of love. February is the month of love, is the month of romance, is the month of everything cozy, mushy, everything that is meant to make you, especially for the single ones, make you feel like, God when, God I beg, God is time now, God give me my own now. Anyways, happy February to you. Happy new month. Welcome to the second month in 2026. I think when this particular episode will be releasing will be the second day of February. So yeah, happy new month to you. Now that we are in the month of love, I am going to be speaking for us single folks, right? A lot of things would be happening to want to make you feel like you are not enough. You should be desperate or pressure yourself to go and do something or find something to be somebody. I almost said something to be cuffed to it. Somebody to be cuffed to it. But I genuinely think that there is no need for that. This month is for you to live out your best month yet in this 2026. Use the month of February to do things that you have always wanted to do so that you can kind of not distract yourself, but to help yourself feel like you are actually living your life or doing something with your life. And I'm not talking about work. I'm not talking about anything related to your purpose or destiny or your career or your job. Talking about social life, your personal life. And I'm not going to be telling you the details of what you should be doing in your own life, but you should find a way to figure out what brings you joy, what brings out the child in you, what makes you unhinged, what makes you chaotic. It could be dancing in front of the mirror. It could be taking strolls. What is that activity that when you do, as you're doing it, you feel bubbles of joy coming up from your stomach. You feel like laughing without control, without restraint. You feel like laughing uncontrollably. You feel like shouting at the top of your voice. You feel like dancing. Do more of those activities this month that we just entered into. And for me, I do not know what I'm going to be doing, but I have an idea of them. I know that dancing brings me great joy. Dancing in front of the mirror brings me great joy. Creating content brings me absolute joy. I just regained my love for creating content. So what happened was I went back to videos I created I started checking videos I've always posted on social media, at least on Instagram from day one. As I was going up, I came to the year 2023 and I was just amazed at how different that particular year was. It was my most creative, it was my most joyous creative wise. My creative juice was flowing endlessly in that particular year. And though while creating I was worried about metrics and algorithm, but I must tell you that watching all my videos from that particular year just reignited something in me. It made me remember how I used to be so happy, having ideas, executing them, editing them, doing videos endlessly. It reminded me of how happy I used to be. So that joy has kind of been reignited again. So I'm going to be creating content, a lot of content. So watch my Instagram page, thechinwendu. By God's grace, this joy, this fire is going to be sustained. So I'm going to try and create more content. Dancing in front of the mirror, playing songs for my speaker, singing at the top of my voice. I do not care when I'm disturbing my neighbors. I will sing. I am gonna sing. Papa Ute, Ute, Papa Ute, Ute, Papa Ute, 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 Papa Ute. Yes, I'm going to be singing endlessly. And I'm going to try and draw. I have a sketch pad. I haven't seen that sketch pad since I came back. Okay, I'll look for it. I think it's in one of my boxes. I'll sketch. I have pencils, I have crayons, I have sharpener and all of that. I'll draw. I'll go to the bookstore. Who are you deceiving, Chinwendu? You're saying you go to the bookstore not to do what? You know that once you enter there, you surely buy a book. But I love going to the bookstore. I love seeing books, so I'm going to go there. And then February too, in the spirit of love, I'm going to like. I haven't visited people that I know in Kaduna, like my friends or acquaintances that I left in Kaduna when I went for my Christmas break. So I think February will be that month where I visit more people. And now that I'm saying it, I know that I have a lot of work to do in February, but I'll try and make space for visiting people and just living basically, eating food that I want, cooking. I've found joy in cooking too. Cooking for myself. I'll cook more for myself in the month of February. And it's not just like basic food that I used to cook, like food that was cooked with intentionally, food that when you went to the market, you intentionally bought, ingredients, vegetables for the food. I'm not just going to be cooking surface food in February. I'm going to be very intentional about the food I am eating in February. It's going to be very, very delicious and well put together. So what am I saying is, yes, you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a girlfriend, but it is not a way. It should not be an opportunity for you to sulk. It's not an opportunity for you to feel like your life have scattered. Your life have not scattered. The question is, if you don't find love in your life, if you don't find romantic love in your life, would you be sad? Would you stop living? And God did not put you on this earth just for romance. Romance will surely come. Boyfriend, girlfriend, marriage will surely come. But while it's not yet here, live your life. Do the things that you want to do. If you have the opportunity to travel. If you have the opportunity to go to restaurants and, explore restaurants. I'm not saying you should go to fine dining, because exploring restaurants is one thing I did last year and I deeply enjoyed it. And I might do that this year again, because I need to go on my, solo dates and artist dates. So, explore like the local restaurants in your community. I promise you that local restaurants, especially the ones that know what they are doing, they bang like mad. So go to all of those places. And I know somebody will be listening to me and be like, oh, this is a cliche advice, but it is cliche because it's true. And it's also cliche because whilst people know these things, they need people to tell them again and again. It needs to be reinforced. It needs to be said again and again. So if you needed somebody to say to you, this is me saying it to you, live your life in February. If on the 14th of February you're going to feel pressured, by what you're seeing on Instagram, log off, go and do something. I can remember while I don't know whether I should be telling this story because it's meant to be for another episode, but I will still do that episode and post it. You will listen to that story again. I can remember 14th February, shout out to Chef Annabelle. Every time while we were in university, I was single as a Pringle while in uni. But I had fun on my Valentine's Day because I was serving people, right? I was, helping her package Valentine gifts for the people in love. And I felt like I was needed because if I don't help in cooking, help in packaging, help in delivery, they will not feel happiness on their day. So just helping her out with that, part of Valentine's Day celebration really brought me some sort of fulfillment. So you can decide to go and do something else. You can decide to go to orphanages, spend time with them. You can decide to spend time with your friends that are also single. Let's live life this February. Our lives are worth living. Our lives are worth exploring. They are worth giving attention to. Okay? Remember, I'm rooting for you, alright? Bye.